Welcome back to Dance Studio Owner Life Coaching. Today, I'm going to talk to you about something that is so opposite my normal advice. Normally, I tell you to lean into self care, to give yourself the margins and the boundaries, and take the time that you need when you're tired. And yet, today, I want to talk about showing up even when you don't want to. And here's the reason why. There's something that happens internally when we make the decision to act even when we're tired or stressed. This is where your willpower simply isn't enough to get you to do the things you said you wanted to do. We all know there's times when you haven't had enough sleep, when you've got too many decisions that have to be made, and you just kind of are shutting down. You could be in a time where you have brain fog. You have all these different things that can happen. What I want to talk to you about is how you can use your self identity and your actions before feelings to still be consistent and show up. Now, when I talk about showing up, I mean working on a project that you're committed to doing. I mean showing up for the staff person or the class consistently. I mean showing up as the person that you said you wanted to be one day. Showing up in your personal life with your family or showing up and just being present. There are times, not all the time, but there are times when it is a defining moment in who you are and your identity. So, if you're the person who has identified themselves as a strong leader, a business owner, a CEO, you're the person who just grabs life by the horns. You make decisions, you lead your team. You are a strong leader and you have identified yourself as someone who has consistent character. Then, when you rather lay on the couch and watch TV and you have this self identity running in the background of your mind that says, let me just go ahead and get this stuff done, and then I can watch TV. Those are the moments when you'll find that it is so horribly difficult to just get to work or get the thing done. One of the things that can happen is without motivation, things just simply pile up. We keep writing to do list after to do list after to do list, and we don't actually get anything knocked off. One of the things I learned probably about 20 years ago is that sometimes simply the best way to do things is to act before you feel. Your action, getting in motion and doing something actually will get you going before the feeling and desire to want to do it kicks in. A lot of people will talk about this when it comes to going to the gym for exercise. They don't want to drive, they don't want to change their clothes or their sneakers, they don't want to pack a water bottle, and they don't want to go looking for their AirPods. And yet, when they show up to the gym and they get into their exercise of choice, they feel so much better and they feel like they want to do it again. What happens is that action happens before the feeling. If you keep waiting to feel ready or inspired for certain things in life, you'll just be stuck. You're not going to make any actual progress. And so I'm going to give you a personal example. Today's podcast episode, man, I was so tired. I did not sleep well the previous night, and I'm about to celebrate my birthday. I'm a July baby, by the way. And I just wanted to relax. It's about to be my day off, and I am done. And yet I said, but wait a second. I am a podcast host. I had a podcast for 3 years now. I have people who listen to my podcast on a regular basis. I have friends that I've told about the podcast. And I, as a podcast listener, can't stand it when people don't have consistent podcasts. They're podcasts that I looked up, I've enjoyed all these episodes, and then I find out, oh gosh, they haven't put out an episode since April. Ugh, I'm so bummed. So I decided in that moment I did not want to record an episode that I am professional. I'm a professional podcaster. This is what I do. When I chose to show up, this is me saying, this is who I am and what I said I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. It doesn't matter if I want to lay on the couch right now. I'm going to get up and get it done and keep my commitment to myself and what I said I would do. This has been a great experiment for me to talk about this while I was literally like happening in my life, because now that I'm in the groove of recording the podcast episode, it's not actually a big deal. I already know how to do it in this case. I've already produced over 100 episodes, and I will tell you this. When you create this vision of who you are and who you're becoming, when you're clear on who you are becoming as a leader, on who you're becoming as a mother, a spouse, it will help you to put your actions before your feelings. If you're the person who says, I want a strong marriage and good communication, then gosh darn it, when you don't feel like it, it's date night and you just want to be like, I don't even want to talk to them right now. Let me just hide in the room. This is where you can say, wait a second. How do I want to show up as a person with a strong marriage and communication? How do I show up for this person in this time? Is what I'm thinking about to avoid even talking to my spouse, is that getting me to where I said I'm going? This is the same thing when we say, I want a strong culture in my studio. I want to be professional and have excellence. But then what happens is you avoid conversation with staff because you're tired. You let something slide because you don't want to deal with it today. You put off making a decision because you don't feel ready. Or, I know a lot of people do this. They just put up with that teacher and try to get through the end of the season and the recital. And then they just won't schedule hours for them. They just won't renew. They won't take care of things. They won't take care of things in the here and now, but they'll let them fester until the recital's over. But this is a moment when you say, how does the strong leader show up here? What would the person who creates a strong culture do next? Friends, you don't need to feel motivated. You don't need to suddenly feel excited about the conversation. Sometimes you simply just need to take action first. Send that email, set the meeting, open the document, record the podcast episode. I want to be clear that I still believe in self-care, margins, boundaries, and the rest. There are times when your body and your mind just need you to stop. And there are also times when the person you're becoming needs you to show up. And you'll get to learn the difference. So the next time you don't feel like doing something that you said mattered to you, pause and ask yourself, who did I say I wanted to be? How would that person show up right now? Then take the first action before you wait for the feeling. Because sometimes the action is what creates the feeling. And showing up is how you continue becoming the person you said you wanted to be. Now, friends, I want to invite you, if you haven't yet signed up for the Leadership Roundtable Newsletter, please join us. We send out an issue twice a month on the 1st and the 15th with practical information for dance studio owners. Visit thestudioownerlifecoach.com/newsletter to sign up today. And until next time, I wish you the best.